Good morning, boomers. The voice of the blockchain, Satoshi's big cousin, crypto's finest, Champagne Crypto. Thank you for booming in. Today I want to talk about the Pulsechain Ethereum fork, what they're calling the largest airdrop in history. So they're saying. I want to talk a little bit more about this Pulsechain. If you guys know anything about Hex, a top performer, and the gentleman Richard Hart that started Hex is now forking Ether as the Pulsechain, and we're gonna jump on it, guys. We're gonna jump right on it, and drop a comment below. I'm gonna talk about my strategy, what I think about it, and more. Shout out to Crypto Maniac. Good morning to everybody on D Live. It's been a while since I've checked out D Live, but shout out. I'm still streaming over there. Follow me at dlive.tv/Champagne Crypto. Shout out to Crypto Maniac and the rest of the Crypto Maniac boomers out there. Let's get straight to it, guys. Let me go ahead and share my screen, turn off these coins, share the display. You see Bitcoin bleeding out there, 30,000. Sell as we expected. It's been kind of quiet out here, and I don't see anything changing as of late. It seems like most things are in red this morning. Tesla's up 4%. TRX against Binance is slightly up, but everything else is bleeding out. T-Fuel's down. Rune, Dot, Solana, Bakery Swap, Theta, T-Fuel, 1 inch, Matic at 75 cents. So yeah, it's a bloodbath out there. Most of the altcoins are now sell, and it's what I expected. That's why we've been in stable coins now for over a month, several months now. You can see the downtrend. Now today I want to talk about a potential opportunity, and that's Pulsechain. Now Hex has been doing great, okay, and it's one of those that I must admit that I overlooked. Okay, I completely overlooked it. I wasn't feeling Richard's vibes, and I just kept doing something else. And that's okay. You don't hit them all out the park. Now I'm focused on this one. The community's strong, and what I'm noticing is that the telegrams and the community population is much larger than that of Hex. Yo, champ, good morning. I'm going into Pulse pretty heavy myself, says Reed Mac. There you go. Okay, so we'll talk about it. So basically, guys, what they're doing is another, it's a fork. So it's basically another Phantom, another Matic, another Binance. But one thing I'm learning after watching a few of these streams there with the Hex communities, that apparently Polygon Matic has admin keys for the entire blockchain. Now, I haven't verified this, but this is what they're talking about. So it seems like it could be true. Apparently, this Pulsechain is not going to have any keys. Now, there's nothing guaranteed with Pulsechain. There's a sacrifice address where you could sacrifice your coins and there will be an airdrop. What is the coins going to be worth? They keep repeating that the coins are going to be worth 0 at the time of launch, and then the market will decide. So, they definitely don't want to be in heat with any regulators, so they're not making any promises, okay? And the actual sacrifice is a political statement that supports blockchains and free speech. So that's the way the community is handling this. As a statement of free speech, people are basically burning down, sacrificing their crypto as a statement of free speech on the blockchain. And you can go ahead and sacrifice on the ETH chain, the Polygon Matic, and others. So let's check this out. Let's go over here to pulsechain.com. Congratulations, the Pulse sacrifice phase has started. It's earlier and larger sacrifices get more points. The first 5 days get the same rate. The rate increases 5% per day for the remaining 14 days. Okay? Earlier and larger sacrificers get a better rate. So the rate right now is 10,000. Rate per 10,000 sacrifice points. So it's $1 will get you 10,000 sacrifice points. We're still in the early phase. I believe there's about almost 24 hours left in this 5-day phase. In fact, let's check out Richard Hart's Twitter. You could see 17 and a half. This was posted about an hour ago. 17 and a half hours until the rate increased 5%. It keeps doing that until the rate is 1.9x higher than now. If you're sacrificing on Ethereum and you're using your own wallet, you have the keys to. You don't have to you don't need the dApp. So let's check this out. You can sacrifice on almost any chain. If you could read around and you can learn a little bit more, You can see their goals to increase Ether's value and enrich Ether's users, enrich the ERC20 and NFT users, make it easier to use, and lower Pulsechain fees and serve more users. One thing that I've noticed about this Pulsechain is that it's going to be set up, the tokenomics are being set up as a deflationary model. So depending on how much people sacrifice and how many points they earn, after that, they're going to airdrop the tokens, the Pulsechain tokens, and depending on the amount of sacrifice, it would dictate how many coins will be airdropped. But there's going to be more coins than actual Ether, okay? But at that point, the coins are minted, they're airdropped, there will be no other coins created or minted ever. In fact, the coins will be burned through a deflationary process from that point on. Now, I don't know the actual burn process, the rate of burn. I believe they're gonna do that somehow with the transaction fees, and you could read a little bit more about it. But my understanding is that the amount of tokens, the circulating supply, is fixed at the amount of the time of the airdrop and can only decrease, not increase, after the airdrop. So that's for the tokenomics, that could be favorable for price. They're going to have bridges, trading. So apparently everything that's on Ether is going to be forked and brought over there to the Pulsechain. So there's going to be a P version of everything. There'll be a P Hex, a P ETH. I'm speculating a P USDC and etc. So if you have a dApp, or if you're a developer and you have something that's already on ETH, you could easily bridge it and use that chain. So it's going to be another, another Harmony One, another Binance, another Matic. But in this case, they're saying that it's the largest airdrop in that sense. And they have, I guess, one of the bigger communities, and there is no admin keys. Apparently, there's admin keys on Matic. Now, I kind of expected that with Binance because they're a little centralized or whatnot. But I didn't know that Matic had admin keys. So they say. I haven't verified that, but I'm sort of believing it. So you can go ahead and read more about the project. So I'm basically gonna go. My strategy, guys. I'm gonna be honest with you. My strategy is to throw as much as I'm going to throw at this by today, and not wait. Okay, I don't want to wait around, dance and prance or anything like that. I'm gonna throw the bag that I'm gonna throw. Okay, because this is like, look. What's going to happen with the sacrifice tokens? For all you know, we're sacrificing to Richard. I don't know. Okay? There's a lot of I don't knows here. But what I do know is that the upside here sounds a lot higher than the downside. Okay? I think that the upside here could be higher than the downside, in my opinion. My personal opinion. So, that being said, it's not a question as to how much I'm going to throw. It's whether... It's not a question of if I'm going to go into it. It's about how much I'm going to throw. Okay. And that, depends on, what the size of your bag. But, I would say at least 5% of the bag, in my opinion, should be, in my opinion, for me, I'm not telling Luke what to do, Reed or Cryptomania or anybody out there what to do. At the end of the day, you make your own decisions, do your own research, you know the deal. But 5% seems like a starting point, in my opinion. Okay, so whatever that bag is, or at least a G pack, at least if you got a small bag, if you got a small bag. Hey champ, my biggest investment so far, sacrificed a third of my portfolio, says Luke. Okay, wow, you see, that's a lot more than I would do. Okay, but again, you're doing your own research, and you're your own man. Okay, you're your own man. I'm glad you're taking a stab at Pulse Champ. I believe it's going to rip, says Reed. Yeah, listen, I want to be honest with you guys. I'm not sure if it's Reed or Luke, but I've had several hexicans from the hex community repeatedly come to the chat, and I've shot them down, not in in a bad way. I just say I'm not interested. I've said that so many times. I'm not interested, and the fact is that my non-interest cost me some gains. That's the truth. It's just the facts, whether I like it or not. If I would have gone in, it's up. Okay, I mean, Hex started at below a penny, and what's the price now? If I'm not mistaken, Hex has one of the larger market caps if you considered the tokens locked up. So you could read through this this guy's Twitter. This gentleman, Richard Hart, he's the guy behind it. But yeah, my strategy is figure out how much I'm going to throw at this. Not whether I'm in or out. I'm in. Okay, I'm in. Obviously, I'm in. Okay, I'm going to be in it to win it. But how much am I going to dump at this? Is it going to be 5% or more? Is basically, and it's going to be today. Okay, it's going to be absolutely today, because if you're reading the Twitter, they're saying that after today the rate of points drops 5%, so you get 5% less points every day after today. So I want to make sure I'm in there. What's up, champ? I caught you live. I'm going hard on Pulsechain too. Shout out to Electric Buddha. Absolutely, yeah. I'm going hard. Pause. Pause on that one, but you know what I mean. I'm going hard on Pulse. Pause on that, but yeah, I'm gonna throw a bag at it. And I'm going to start off at 5%. I'm in my head 5%. I'm saying, okay, I'm going to start with 5. Maybe I'll throw 10. Going over 10% is a little aggressive for me. I'm not a Hexagon. I don't have a hex bag, so I don't have as much skin in the game, because let's say if you have a hex stake, then the community's forking. So I mean, there's a potential maybe it adds to value to hex. I don't know. I also only just got into Hex. There will be airdropping holders the PHEX token 101, which is Hex duplicated on the Pulsechain. Exactly. So my understanding is if you do have a Hex stake on Ethereum, you will get a 1-for-1, and then you'll have PHEX over there on now. What PHEX is worth? They're saying it's worth nothing. Remember, there's no guarantees here, and everything is saying it's worth 0. Okay, and that's. How you got to work with the regulators, and it's you can't expect something. This is a political statement. This is they're calling it a sacrifice, and I think it's a pretty good description. It's funny to me though, they start bringing the occult, the hex, and you see the occult symbology, and then they talk about the sacrifice. It's because of that I'm not necessarily attracted to the community, but whatever. Don't hex me, bro. There you go. So the sacrifice, the hex, it's a little occult for me. But again, I got the shield, I got the armor of the Lord around me, so I'm not even concerned. Niagara Gardner says, yeah, he's in. All right. So yeah, you guys could read about this, and also they have this sends.org donate. If you like, there may be a taxable deduction. If you donate via the Sens.org Foundation. This is an organization that does cell regeneration, biotherapies. I'm not sure the specific, I don't know if it's stem cell or biotech, or they're into rejuvenating your cells and making people live longer. And they're doing that type of science research. If you'd like, you could go ahead and sacrifice to the Sens, and you can earn 25 less points. But the money goes to them, and you can get a taxable deduction depending on where you're at. Okay, but yeah, everyone's sacrifice is publicly viewable. The period of the day. This is a political statement, etc. The pulse supply increases with the amount sacrificed. The sacrifice set can mint 1 free PLS per sacrifice point. Ether holders only get 1 free PLS per ETH, and its value is deducted from the address after 30 days. A Genesis address gets 1% of the total PLS supply at launch. If the supply isn't 10,000 times higher than ETH, then everyone will get upscaled to bring the total supply to 10,000 ETHs total supply. So that's going to be so it's going to be what, 21 billion tokens? No, I'm thinking excuse me, I'm thinking Bitcoin at 21 million. So this will be what's ETH, like 40 something million? You do the math. You guys could figure that out. Automatic market maker ratio fixer contract will mint enough supply to correct the PLS ratios. As the first act on the mainnet, PLS will have a much higher supply than ETH. It will probably mint around 2.5% of the supply, and you can see how it the sacrifice points costs go up linearly. We're still on day 4 and change. So, I mean, this is the time. I mean, if you're going to get in, and this is it's just my opinion. I'm not telling anybody what to do. I'm not, I don't get anything out of it. If you, whether you're in or you're out. Okay. My strategy is to get in right now. Okay. Before the day's over, this 17 hours before day 5 ends. because the sacrifice point is cheaper, so you can get right in the front of the line. If you wait a few more days, you're going to be paying a lot higher rate for the points. You could read about that volume bonus multiplier, and then of course you could read the full disclaimer. There's a long disclaimer here. You must have no expectation of profits. There's no common enterprise. Wherever possible, you agree that there's no investment of money. Wherever possible, you agree there's no common enterprise. So, I mean, this is a lot of the type of wording that I remember seeing on the EOS pre-sale. Remember when EOS did some sort of thing? And they were still on Ether before they, and they were saying, they don't guarantee anything. So this is crypto, guys. There's no guarantees. You know the deal. But read the math. So if you click on Open DApp, it takes you to this page where you can connect your wallet. And it allows you to select the networks. You could select, I'll show you guys. Let me connect my wallet here. You can select network over here. You can go from anything from, you can send through Avalanche, Binance, Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Cardano, Doge, basically all the main ones, Polygon, Matic, and you can send the stable coins. Okay, so they're going to be taking a snapshot, and there'll be an average of what your coin's worth at the time that you sent it, and then that's how you get your points. Okay, so there's no way to verify whether you're getting the airdrop other than if you send the coins to the correct address. So I was snooping around to see how much people have dumped at this, and you can see that mostly it's on the Ethereum chain right now. Here to the sacrifice address, there's 308 million in the sacrifice address, and we're still on day 4. Okay, and it's flying in. You could send stables, and a lot of people are sacrificing Hex, Tether, etc. But there's 308 million now. Compare it to Polygon Matic, only has 107,000. Okay, it's a lot smaller right now, but you can sacrifice USDC there as well. And I was snooping over there on Binance Smart Chain, and Binance Smart Chain has 430,000 sacrifice, and you can sacrifice Binance, BUSD, etc. So there you go. You can sacrifice on any one of these chains where you happen to have your value. So I will be doing a sacrifice before the end of the day. I'm just trying to figure, decide in my mind how much, whether I'm going to do, 5% or more. Niagara Gardner said he threw $1,000 of Hex into Pulse Sacrifice, did very well with Hex, so why not? So yeah, I mean, I get it. And, look, listen, I'm not in Hex. And I'm not really attracted to Richard and what he's doing, but I mean the project's doing good and the community's strong. So again, I'm not trying to. I think in the past I was judging it personally. Right now, I'm just judging the trend. The trend is up, so all right, we're in. Okay, so how much are you going to be in? That's it. I don't want to overthink the thing. Dean says I'm late, champ. How does it work? It's real simple. You got to sacrifice coins. You got to read here on Pulse, and you send to one of these chains, and you got to basically sacrifice your coins, burn them down, and hope you get an airdrop because the airdrop is worth 0. Read the disclosure. In my opinion, this was obviously risky because it's crypto, and we don't even know if you're ever even going to get a coin. This is a political statement. This sacrifice to these chains is a political statement to support blockchain and free speech. So, it's not with the intent of expecting to receive something of value. Now, maybe it goes up, maybe it doesn't. We don't know, okay? But you can't make any expectations. The expectation here is a sacrifice for a political statement, okay? In support of blockchains. So, boom, you can read more about the sacrifice details, and then you can look at the blockchain explorers. But I'm in it to win it, guys. I'm going to be honest with you. It's not whether I'm in or I'm out. It's how much I'm going to throw in. Now, I don't want to wild out and throw half my bag at it. And I'm not a Hex maniac. So, there's someone in here that said I threw a third of my stack, 30% at this. But maybe they've been in the Hex community. They like it. Except, that's not me. I'm not going to throw 30% of my stack at this. But I'm going to throw something. You know what I mean? Because I feel like, look, if this thing does well, maybe the upside's a lot higher than the downside. We know what the downside is. You lose all your money. But the upside could be a 1, 2, 3, 10, 20. I don't know. Or it could be 0. The downside could be 0. So again, that's how I'm looking at it. Like, I may get into this and I may get clapped and it'll be completely zero and it's just a political statement, which is cool. Okay. Or, it is a political statement. I get a coin that ends up being worth something in the future, and that's totally speculation, and you know the deal. Shout out to Dean, Niagara Gardner, and the rest of the boomers. I'll take a few more comments and questions. I want to keep these streams short. I'm going to be honest with you. Now that we're kind of on this little, bear phase, there's not much going on. I mean, I'm still staking stable coins over there on Adamant. The Mymatic USDC still earning about 60% APY once you do the auto compound. Polygon Curve still is offering that Try Crypto, the Try Crypto LP along with the 3 USD, the 3 stablecoin LP, and you can earn over 20% on some of those. But as far as like major pumps, major boomers right now, there has not been much. So this is the speculative play that I'm getting into. All right, guys. If there's no other comments and questions, again, I had the link to Pulsechain's down there so you guys could read it. Check out Richard Hart's telegrams and his Twitters or whatever. And let's go for it. Let's see what this thing does. I don't know when the airdrop should occur. I still will assume that they're going to go through their sacrifice phase that is going to last, I think 20 days. What is it? 20 to 30 days. And then they'll run a test net, I'm assuming. And then after that test net does well, sometime after that, I would expect an airdrop. Yeah, it's 19 days total. We're on day 4. Okay? So do the math. And once we pass day 5, the price goes up. Fearless says he's smart. I'm in 100. There you go. I mean, obviously there's some intelligence if he's done a successful project. And listen, I'll say what I say, but let's be honest. All the staking stuff, and the Uniswap and the liquidity and the whole DeFi stuff, it was sparked up by Hex, guys. Let's be honest. Okay? It was Hex that brought exposure to Uniswap. It was Hex that really sparked up the DeFi craze. And there was other projects that did well and it moved, but Hex, it is what it is. And I call it how the champ, I don't lie. I'll keep it 1,000 with you. Did I fumble the ball? Did I miss the Hex play? I missed the Hex play. I did. And why? Because I wasn't really feeling Richard Hart's flow. I was taking it a little bit too personal. And that was wrong, in my opinion. So, I don't care about Richard Hart right now. I don't care about Hex at this moment. I'm focused on Pulse, and let's make it boom. Hopefully it moves. If not, it's just a political statement, and that's what it is. Glad to hear you're taking a chance on Pulse. Hex was the best play I made in crypto, bar none, says Electric Buddha. Let me tell you, Buddha, that's one thing I've heard from a lot of people. Okay, I keep my ears to the blockchain streets. Okay, and a lot of people have reported the same thing with Hex. Like, listen, it's the best move I've made in crypto. Now, I've never got in, so I can't say that. And when it comes to Hex, I said this before, the community feels a little culty. And that's me being honest about it. And there's people that are in Hex here that have agreed with me, like, yeah, the community's kind of culty. But hey, listen, again, I'm leaving all that stuff aside. I don't care. I'm in it to win. I'm going to drop the sacrifice on the Pulsechain. Let's go. Okay? He's like Trump. He has more haters. There you go. Salute to the champs. Greeting from Dubai, sitting on the premium pool, escaping to the Rona, but still active crypto. Shout out Corporate McMahon out there. Shout out to everybody in Dubai. It's a worldwide movement, guys. We got people listening throughout the globe. Shout out to everybody. All colors and creeds. All the boomers out there. I appreciate all the flags flying. I like the diversity. Kaboom. The champ keeping it lean, mean, and clean. One love, brother. Salute to the crypto fam. Shout out to Slowbo's Reality. Boom. Shout out to Corporate McMahon, Buddha, the rest of the boomers. You know the deal. Screw the cultists. Yeah, listen, guys. I'm focused on what I'm focused on. I make my plays, and again, I'm not gonna get too. It doesn't even have to be too personal. People do what they do. I do what I do. Champ, what's your fastest horse right now? I'm going to be honest with you. Right now, I believe the fastest horse is on the stable coin, Mymatic USDC. and it pays about 60% APY, so it's not that's not that wild, but it's steady and it's it's spitting. Now, as far as altcoins, I don't see any altcoins moving. Almost all of my operating bag is in stables. Almost all of the operating bags in the stables. Yeah, obviously I got the Bitcoin HODL bag and the blue chip bags that I'm not done saving. I don't touch that. But my operating day-to-day bags, most of it in stables. To be honest with you, no emotions. You're right. I'm here for the gains. Absolutely. So right now, altcoins are bleeding out. I'm not buying any more Bitcoin. I'm not buying Ether right now. No, I'm not. I'm not doing that. Now, if you want some exposure, okay, if you're holding stable coins and you still want some exposure to Bitcoin and ETH, there's a good product over there on Curve, the Try Crypto, where it gives you an average between all the stables, Bitcoin and ETH. And that one pays, I don't know, I think it's maybe like 20 to 30% there on a yield optimizer on Beefy. So right now, snoop around on Adamant Finance and on Beefy, both on the Matic Pulsechain, and you should be able to check that out. Wow, thanks, Champs. I secured my assets in USDC in April. A little early, but I mean, I'm glad you did. I started securing my assets in USDC, already in May, mid-May to late May. And we've been basically in stable since June. That's the deal. I mean, I told you guys. It is what it is. While some of these other guys, buy the dip with Bitcoin, buy the dip. Yeah, listen, I love Bitcoin. But the trend right now is sell. And I think it's going to go back up. I'm not a Bitcoin hater. I think BTC is here to stay. Okay? But right now, it's going through its little thing. We had 6 months of a boom. What do you guys expect? Let it cool off a little bit. Curve will Google. Yeah, Curve is the main deal. They're at they started on Ethereum and they're on several chains right now. But as far as stable swap, Curve, I believe, is the standard. And then they came up with that other product, which is a liquidity pool that includes all the stables, Bitcoin and ETH. So you get an average of that. That's attractive to me as well. And you can optimize those LP tokens on Beefy Finance. But that's about it, guys. I'm going to keep it short here at 28 minutes broadcast, about 30 minutes. I appreciate all you maniacs. Make sure you check out Pulse. Let me know what's booming out there. If you're in, if you're out, what your strategy is. But my strategy, I'm gonna get in. I'm gonna decide what I'm gonna throw at it. Whatever I'm willing to lose, willing to sacrifice. Literally, that's what the word is, sacrifice. So you don't expect anything. You're about to burn it down, and there you go. And there you go. I'm gonna do it today before that phase changes. Everything beats BTC in bull market. I didn't know this before. That's not true. BTC has held its value better than some of these altcoins have, and it will, in my opinion, in the months to come. Now, right now, everything beats Bitcoin in a bull market. I thought I read bear market. Excuse me. Not everything, but yeah, a lot of the smaller coins can grow faster than Bitcoin. Think about this. Bitcoin's it's the big guy. The big, he's already strong. He's got the muscles. So yeah, when he's doing good, he could put on some more muscles and put some more weight. But how much bigger is he going to get? He's already super big. Now you got some of these other altcoins. When things start doing good, they can grow a lot bigger and faster. Not bigger, but faster is the word. Yeah, I thought you meant bear market, Fearless. But yeah, I agree. And, it's a lot of the altcoins can go up faster than Bitcoin in a bull market, not in a bear market. Yeah, and on that note, shout out to Fearless, Corporate McMahon, the rest of the boomers out there. Guys, drop comments. Let me know what you're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and enjoy the rest of my day. Make sure you're eating healthy. Make sure you're exercising. And make sure you drop a comment and let me know what your plays are. Stay strong out there, boomers. It's the voice of the blockchain. Satoshi's big cousin, crypto's finest, Champagne Crypto.